So let's talk about manufacturing here in Charlotte. So looking at the snapshot for the manufacturing industry, we can see that this industry employed just over 100,000 individuals in 2020. That's 6% above the national average. Now, again, this was one of the industries that was hardest hit by the pandemic. So we saw a decrease in employment in 2020, just over 3% as compared to 2019, which was about 1% higher than the national rate of contraction for this industry. And in terms of average earnings per job, a good wage, $77,000 a year for this industry. However, that is significantly less than the national average of $87,000. And if we look at the number of companies employing individuals in this industry in 2020, just under 2,900 companies. And as we mentioned earlier, again, one of the industries hardest hit by the pandemic, you'll see over 12,000 individuals from this industry were unemployed in November of 2020. And then looking at the regional trends, again, comparing the Charlotte area for manufacturing to the state of North Carolina, we can see this is an industry that's been in decline since the early 2000s. And you can see really the peak rate of declines were right in 2009 to 2011. However, that rate of decline has slowed since then. We've seen a pivot to advanced manufacturing. And while there's still a lot of good paying jobs, and this rate of decline for the industry has slowed a little bit, you can see the percent change over on the left. And so when we talk about occupations in demand in this industry, what are the top jobs? Well, we're talking about assemblers and fabricators. We're talking about laborers. We're talking about first-line supervisors and operating workers. We're talking about machinists and inspectors, testers, and sorters. And so again, looking at this industry by gender, race, ethnicity, and age, what we can see is that this is a heavily male-dominated industry. Males represent over 70% of this industry, yet females represent 52% of Mecklenburg County. And if we look at it by age, this is roughly tracking, again, overall with Mecklenburg County, the age demographics, roughly tracking with the average base rates for the different age brackets in Mecklenburg County. And if we look at it by race and ethnicity, what we can see here is we can see white workers represent 62% of the workers in this industry, yet they represent just over 40% of Mecklenburg County. So some overrepresentation there. Some slight underrepresentation from Black or African American workers, only 24% of workers in this industry, yet just over 30% of Mecklenburg County. Same story for Hispanic or Latino workers, 8-9% of workers in this industry, yet 11 to 12% of Mecklenburg County. And the same story for Asian workers, 4% here, 6% of Mecklenburg County.